Next to me is the Pagani Huayra Roadster BC, and it's the ultimate expression of art on wheels. So what is it like to drive, and is it worth its $5 million price tag? Today, we're gonna find out exactly that. But before I continue, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn your notification bell on so you don't miss the next video. There's a handful of hypercar reviews coming your way. At the heart of the Roadster BC is an AMG-derived 6-liter twin-turbocharged V12 that makes a really impressive 800 horsepower and 775 pound-feet of torque. This car is truly as powerful as it is beautiful. And it's also a transformer. Look at this. The fact that the entire engine bay cover is this enormous piece that integrates the roof scoop is one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my entire life. Now, the one shortcoming of this car, and that's really the only one, is the single clutch 7-speed gearbox. It's a little bit sluggish around town and doesn't shift all that fast at high speeds. That's why 0 to 60 happens in 3.3 seconds. If this thing had a DCT, it'd be one of the fastest cars in the world. But before we continue, I'd like to tell you about my new car auction website, PocketListAutos.com. If you're looking to sell your vehicle, it's the newest auction website powered by influencers, some of your favorite YouTubers like Archie Hamilton, StreetSpeed717, etc. List your car for free, get it up super fast, and if you're looking to buy a car, we've got an awesome selection of vehicles right now, ranging from a Boss 429 to a 458 Spider to cars like an RWB Porsche. Check it out, PocketListAutos.com. With only 40 BC Roadsters ever being produced, this might be the rarest car I've ever reviewed on vehicle versions. So what does BC stand for? Well, it's Benny Caiola, which was the first ever customer of Pagani. Now, there are actually some big differences between the Roadster BC and the normal BC, other than the fact that it's missing a top. This car is built from carbo titanium, which is a blend of carbon and titanium that's 20% stiffer than normal carbon fiber, yet at the same time, it costs 5 times as much. It also has a completely redesigned engine from the normal BC. This engine is going to be powering the Utopia for the next couple years. The front of the car has some crazy aerodynamic tricks. It's got a flap here and a flap there that can move independently from one another to improve stability around corners. And when you get hard on the brakes, they both flip forwards to work as air brakes. How crazy is that? It's also got insanely cool vented fenders. I could literally stick my whole arm in here pretty much. I love the way this car looks. It's one of the most wild designs of any car ever made. One of the most striking design elements of the Huayra BC Roadster are the mirrors. They're actually designed after a woman's eye. In fact, Horatio took inspiration from the female form for a lot of this car. Another one of my favorite parts is the massive roof scoop. It sounds insane when you're driving the car, and the fact they're able to have a roof scoop and have the roof come off in the same car is really, really awesome. Now, the only problem with it being a Roadster is that eliminates the ability for it to have those insane gull-wing doors, so we do have conventional doors. For $5 million, I do feel like they probably should have figured out how to do both, but you know what? I'm not complaining. Around back, we've got this enormous fixed rear wing, but we also have these active flaps like we have in the front. All told, at 175 miles an hour, 1,100 pounds of downforce. Another one of my favorite parts of this Pagani is the quad exhaust. It's kind of this square shape, which is very classic Pagani. It looks so cool. It's made of titanium. It sounds unreal. It even has BC etched in the exhaust. The rear diffuser is also absolutely epic. In terms of interiors, it truly does not get any better than this, and I mean that. The quilted plaid on the seats just looks so darn cool. Everything is carbon fiber and metal. The seats hold you in place nicely. The paddles feel amazing. Every button just feels so high quality touching it. You just kind of want to click everything in here like a little child. It's amazing. But one of the coolest things and one of the best feeling parts about the car is this right here. So it's a 7-speed automated manual, even though this looks kind of like a manual transmission. I love that all of the components are exposed. The shifter has a wooden knob, which is an ode to the Porsche 917, which apparently is Horatio Pagani's favorite car. But when you push forward for a downshift and push back for an upshift while driving, it is literally the best experience ever. I could just do this the rest of the day. I won't, because it's probably, well, you know what? I shouldn't say it's not good for the car. You should be able to shift as many times as you want. Now, look at this. This is the key. It's shaped like a Huayra BC Roadster. How cool is that? It's got a lock and unlock button on the top, Now, moving on to the steering wheel, such a gorgeous steering wheel. I love how it feels in your hands. We've got turning indicators, horn on the steering wheel, drive controls. We've got comfort, sport, race, and traction control all the way off. We've also got headlight controls. Then to the left, we've got the front lift. Infotainment screen here is actually pretty good. I love the air conditioning vents. Let's take it for a spin, shall we? Behind the wheel of the BC Roadster now, and this thing makes the gnarliest noises ever. Just listen to those pops and bangs. Are you kidding? In a hypercar? Oh, and that roof scoop noise. That is my favorite thing in the world. Oh man, I have roof scoop envy. The first thing I noticed when I got behind the wheel of the Huayra BC Roadster was how awesome the steering wheel is. It's like almost cushy. It's got this squishy Alcantara, and it's the perfect size. It's absolutely epic. This is the first hypercar I've been in where I'm like overwhelmed by the interior. The driving experience so far is awesome. We're gonna get to a better stretch of road where I can really push this thing, but I just wanna look everywhere. I mean, the craftsmanship is, there's nothing like it in the entire world. I mean, the opening mechanism for the door, the stitching in the car, the plaid, and the instrument cluster. I mean, I could stare at that for the rest of my life. I will say the graphics on the LCD display in the middle of the instrument cluster are literally terrible. I don't know how they have such bad graphics for, for a car that costs this much. The ones on the screen are a little better in the center display area, but yeah, they definitely need to improve that. I love the red stripe at 12 o'clock on the steering wheel. The seats are actually really supportive, but they're a little bit harder than I was expecting. I can kind of feel that after an hour or so, you're probably going to be hurting driving in this car. I don't think it's something that you'd want to do a long road trip in. Now, when I let off the gas, it just makes these pops and bangs. It's so intoxicating. I mean, that's the best roof scoop noise in the world. What? Now, because it's a single clutch, when you approach a stop sign or a stoplight, if you're there long enough, it actually pops the car out of first gear into neutral, which takes a little bit getting used to. Alright, I hope you can hear me because it is so dang loud inside of this Huayra. Oh my god, when those flaps deploy up front, that is just the coolest thing! Oh, this car is freaking insane. I love it. The pops and bangs, I wasn't expecting that whatsoever. Alright, well hopefully you can hear me because it's loud in here. Oh my god! Oh my god, this thing is way faster than I was expecting. Oh, this might feel faster than the LaFerrari. Holy crap. It's funny how slow the shifts are with that single clutch gearbox, but it does add to the drama, and that was shocking, my god. Oh! Oh, this car is awesome! It's literally terrifying. This thing is literally terrifying. Holy crap! Okay, anyone who thinks Paganis are not about performance and are just only about the looks, please reconsider because you are completely wrong. The power to weight ratio on this car is unbelievably good. This thing weighs 2,750 pounds dry. That's lighter than a 765 LT and has 800 horsepower. That's more horsepower than a 765 LT. And we all know how fast those cars are. Now, no, this car can't launch very well. It doesn't have that good of a 0 to 60, 3.3 seconds. And it can't shift as fast as a 765 LT. I imagine that Horatio did it both for the drama factor, but also it's 30% lighter, apparently, than a double clutch transmission. And with this car being so light, obviously the weight savings are very important. But I am shocked at how awesome this car is. This has completely changed my mind about Pagani. I was such a big Koenigsegg guy. Oh, Koenigsegg's about the performance. Pagani's just about the looks. But this is just a radical experience that is just out of this world. I mean, what? The pops, the bangs, the emotion. This may be the craziest driving experience of any car in my entire life. Truly. Is it the best driving car? No. I think a P1 and the LaFerrari drive better. But in terms of drama and the overall experience, you know, a car is about more than just lap times. And by the way, the car does shift quickly, especially on downshifts. The upshifts are like this a little bit of lag, but they create a pretty cool effect. You know, cars are more than just numbers, and this this has the numbers and then some. All right, one last pull for you guys. All right, here we go, second gear. Oh my God. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Like always, please browse the channel and subscribe. Special thanks to the Triple F Collection for making this possible. Please subscribe to them. This was the most amazing opportunity. I'll look forward to seeing you guys next video.